Hey guys, we are going to start working with the book. It is really important when you have the book that when you watch this video, you have your book open. It's really very, very important that you follow right along with me and that maybe you not be afraid to watch the video more than once. It is important that you understand not only what you're seeing in the notation, but also that how you're seeing me play it and how you're seeing me check that I'm playing it with good posture and positioning, and then you're checking to do that. And just kind of watching it once probably won't do that. So if I were in class in front of you, we would do this every single day like this. So make sure you've got that. Remember that we're learning to read in the book using standard notation. So we're going to start on page 6. If you have a big book, it's page 8. On page 6, we're going to learn notes on the first string. And the first 3 notes we're going to learn are E, the open first string, F, the first string, first fret, and then G, the first string, third fret. Notice I'm going to make sure I'm in the sweet spot of the fret to the head side of the fret wire. That way I don't get any buzz. If I'm too far back, hear that buzz? I want to make sure I'm very close up here. All right. Also, I want to make sure I have space. Remember, I have my thumb straight up and down so that it's right behind on the guitar, but I'm not going to grab the guitar like this, and I'm not going to put my thumb over. My thumb rests. I make sure I have my finger here. There's space for a mouse in between my hand and the guitar, and we're ready to go. If you take a look on page 6, you'll see that we have 3 exercises. They have a sign. It looks like a box without a bottom, and that tells you that we're going to be a downward motion. This is the rest stroke we've already practiced. And so please make sure you're going down and not out. Lots of people start doing out and then they can't get back to the string. In our first exercise, we have whole notes. Whole notes last the whole measure, and in 4/4 time, the top number tells us that whole note is going to be worth 4 counts. So here we are on exercise number 1, and I'm going to say the note name while I play it. All right? I'm especially going to make sure you can see my left hand more than my right hand. I'm just going down. Remember, if you have a pick, make sure you've watched the how to hold a pick video so that you remember how to do that. So here we are, exercise number 1. I'm going to count off 4 beats before we start. 1, 2, 3, 4. E2, it's open, remember. F2, 3, 4. G2, 3, 4. F2, 3, 4. E2, 3, 4. Stop. Remember, when you stop, you have to stop the vibration or the sound's still going. All right, so make sure that you know where to look in the music and that you are watching that music instead of trying to memorize it or just to remember it. That's not a good procedure when we're trying to learn how to read. All right, so taking a look at line 2, the kind of notes we have are half notes. Half notes are worth half the value of a whole note. In 4/4 time, where there's only one whole note that will be in the entire measure, that's worth 4 counts. Half of 4 is 2. I hope this is the hardest math you have today. Notice we are still just doing downstrokes, and we're going to start with E. My thumb not over the edge. I still have space for a mouse. Yep, 1, 2. Here's line 2. E2, E4, F2, F4, G2, G4, F2, F4, E2, 3, 4. I made a mistake. If you can figure out which measure I made it in, make sure you come and tell me and I can give you a treat. If you didn't hear it, you might want to stop the video and rewind it so that you can go back to that. We're on line 3 now. On line 3, you're going to see that we have notes with colored in note heads. These are quarter notes. Every quarter note, 1 quarter note is worth a quarter of the value of a whole note. In 4/4 time, where there are only 4 beats in each measure, if you have a whole note that's worth 4, a quarter of that value is 1. The bottom number of the time signature tells us that 4 is a shorthand way. It's like an abbreviation, like the fraction 1/4, 1/4. The 4 on the bottom tells us that the quarter note gets 1 beat, 1 count. We're using downstrokes. 1, 2, ready and go. E, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, F, 4, E, 2, half note, stop. Keep practicing those till you can read and do them confidently without playing them with me. You're going to have to come back to this multiple times. When you start to practice something new, you may have to go and practice 1, 2, and 3 for a while, and soon you'll be really able to go through it quickly, and it will be a really good way to warm up your fingers, warm up your eyes to know where to look, and then you'll be on your way to doing other stuff. Good luck.